Thank you, Mrs. Baruch. Welcome, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Very, very good. So again, welcome to the family of Minister C.T. Vivian, board members. We have a couple of board members here. Will you be introducing your board members? Yes. Okay, awesome. And members of NAACP, welcome and thank you for being here. Staff, Principal Berger, thank you for hosting us as well. And guests and friends, welcome. Today is such a beautiful day to celebrate the name unveiling ceremony. Today shows that leaders who were suppressed are stepping up and making needed changes to inspire our youth. I see a lot of young folks. This is for them, to inspire them, because we say if you can see it, you can be it. And we would all agree that liberties were withheld from some people, some groups, although we know that all men and women were created equal, right? And that America was built on the backs of a heterogeneous group of individuals. So with no further ado, I would like to invite Peoria Public Schools Board President, Mr. Greg Wilson, to share more about the 2013 Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient and one of Dr. King's closest advisors, President Wilson.
Thank you. So first, I'd like to thank God for allowing us all to congregate here today. I would also like to thank the family of C.T. Vivian for being present today. I also would like to thank our wonderful board members, Vice President Martha Ross, Doug Shaw, Dr. Annie Reinking, Lynn Kostick, Michael Murphy, and Chase Claus. It is an honor to be a part of such a historic moment for our school district. Dr. C.T. Vivian's dedication to social justice reforms and human rights changed the course of our nation. It also has roots here in Peoria, Illinois. It was here in Peoria where C.T. Vivian completed his first act of civil disobedience in 1947 when he participated in his first sit-in that successfully integrated Barton's cafeteria. This social action started a lifelong dedication to tear down issues of hate, racism, and segregation across the United States and the world. Also in his commitment to develop future leaders and promote brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy for our communities. C.T. Vivian embodied the mission of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, which he was a proud member of. I could say 100% that I would not be standing here today if it wasn't for men and women like C.T. Vivian for creating a roadmap for people that look like me. In conclusion, C.T. Vivian's legacy will continue to impact our nation and future generations. The marathon of social justice and equality will continue. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce JoJo Vivian and the family of C.T. Vivian to the podium.
Yeah. My face is basically my ID. Because I do look like my father. My baby brother likes to say I'm CT with breasts. You'd have to understand our family. We're a little weird. We enjoy each other. But I'm here basically to say thank you. Thank you to a community. Thank you to all the people who worked hard for this to happen. This is indeed a great honor. My father would just be tickle pink, but you know he's not pink, but you know what I'm trying to say. Daddy would be so proud, and just as we are as a family. My baby brother flew in from Atlanta last night. He is basically the spokesperson for our family. Someone asked me, well, is it a high school? Is it a middle school? Is it a primary school? I'm really glad that it's a primary school because Daddy really loved kids. One time when we were kids here in Peoria, my friends and I, we stockpiled snowballs all day, waiting on CT to get home from work. As soon as he got out of the car, we just slammed him. You know what I'm saying? We were hiding and we were just throwing snowballs at him. He tried to fight back, but you know, it didn't work. And I told my brother-in-law that, and he's like, well, he didn't get mad? I said, no, my daddy likes kids, you know. He just loved kids. He worked at Carver Center with children, and we've always been taught in our family that education is something that no one can take from you. And so consequently, this is even a greater honor. In Macomb, they have streets named after Daddy. That's an honor. But the fact that a school is education has always been, Daddy said that's the way out. As a matter of fact, his grandmother and his mother moved to Macomb, Illinois from Missouri simply so he could go to Western Illinois Teachers College at the time. And he was 5. Talk about pre-planning, you know, because they understood the education was what we need. We need education above all. Anyway, so now, and I want to say thank you to my great-granddaughter, my great-great-grandson, my granddaughter, my great-granddaughter, my great-grandson, my grandson's wife, Cookie. Mind you, I have 29 great-grandchildren.
That's a blessing.
Yes, it is. And I have 2 great-greats. He's one of the great-greats. The other one lives in Dallas. But then my 2 daughters are here also, Kirsten and Katrina. I have so many friends, I can't just stand here and go through everybody, but it just makes me feel good. I want to turn this over to my baby brother. He is our spokesperson. We always turn everything over to him. He's also an alpha, and the alphas, and the alphas were very instrumental in getting this done, okay? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no pressure though, right? No pressure. So first off, thank you to all of Peoria, from the mayor all the way down to everybody else. This is indeed a great honor. As JoJo said, education was always important to Dad. He always talked about it being the essential thing. It was the key. It was something that no one could ever take away from you. Once you had an education, that was yours forever. His love for kids, without a doubt. He loved kids. Now, I'm not using the mic. Am I okay? Everybody can hear me? Good. I'm a former Army captain. I'm used to, like, projecting voice kind of thing. So this is a great honor. I am a person who am pleased and proud to be able to stand here and talk about my hero. Not always do we get the opportunity to have an audience and talk about our hero, and even more rare is it that that hero happens to be our father. So Dad was my hero. So I know that everybody, well, let me say it this way, not everybody in society is happy about organizations and institutions being renamed. Some people feel like, hey, we're taking away from our history. We are changing things. And I say, yes, we are changing things, but also this is not taking away from our history. This is us actually as a society living what America was founded to do, to becoming a more perfect union. This is our step forward in these kind of things. So in particular, this one, I think even more so than all others, because Jefferson's transition to Vivian is a perfect transition in that Jefferson was the primary principal author of the Declaration of Independence, the document that showed what the rights for every American was supposed to be. Dad, C.T. Vivian, was a part of the team that pushed our society into guaranteeing those rights for all people. So in other words, this is a perfect transition. It is helping us live out what America was founded to do, now making those rights making those rights for all of us. And that is, in my mind, just perfect. It is the continuation of the making of that more perfect union. And someday it'll be changed again, away from Dr. C.T. Vivian Primary School to someone else, whoever is making that transition more perfect of a union for all of us, as it should be. I would also add that as a diversity practitioner, so I had the blessed opportunity to take over the family business. So Dad started our company, Basic Diversity, in 1974. We're the longest serving diversity firm. I get to run that firm now, and as a diversity practitioner, it would be wrong for me to not take the opportunity to say this. Reach out across all of your cultural differences. We need to all learn to embrace, love, engage, and help others flourish. All of us across all of our differences. That is what we're supposed to do. That's what makes America what America said it was supposed to be. You know, our logo was, as a nation, e pluribus unum, which one translation of that was, from our many becomes one. Our diversity is our strength. We need to utilize that. We need to really, really grab hold of that so that we can become in reality the nation that we say we are on paper. I would also add, I would be remiss if I did not say this to everyone. Vote. I don't care if you are a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent, vote. The pinnacle of the civil rights movement, and this would be said by Dad, MLK, or anyone on their team, the pinnacle success of the movement was access to the vote. Vote. If you do not vote, in the minds of decision makers and politicians, you do not count. Let your voice always be heard. People died for that right. Do not take that lightly. So my final statement is this, just in summary, reach out across all of our differences. Thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of my hero, Dr. C.T. Vivian Dad. Also, this is a natural progression from the founding of the Declaration of Independence to living out the Declaration of Independence, and that this too shall change again in time. Change is not a bad thing if it's the right kind of change. Change that leads us to become who we say we are, that is good change. As John Lewis would say, that's good trouble. That's right. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So thank you all. Thank you all of Peoria for making this happen. And of course, thank you to my brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated who are key in all of that happening. Thank you all. This is, in my mind, a wonderful day. I was not going to miss being here today. So yesterday was a whirlwind day to get me here on time to be here for this. So God bless you and thank you. Peoria will always have a special place in my heart. God bless you.
Okay, thank you again, family members of Dr. C.T. Vivian. At this time, we have a great little conclusion to our ceremony here. You see the tarp back here. Behind it is the lettering for the new school. It looks great. It looks very sharp, perfect for the occasion. So, Rick, if you'd be able to come over.
We can ask the family to.
Yep, and if the family wants to come up and kind of congregate around it so it can be on the video. I will let everyone know, too, as well, that we have the sign up on the street over there. And then also there is the lettering of the new name inside as well. So if you want pictures inside, outside, you want to see it, feel free to do that afterwards. So let's get everyone up here.
Bro, come up there.
Okay, Rick, let's do it. Okay, anyone that now wants to get a picture, video, whatever